Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yadavidya-vilasena Bhuta-bhautika-srishtaya Tam Naumi Paramatmanam Sachidananda-vigraham. Okay, any questions, clarifications, doubt as far as Anumanam is concerned? I thought Vedanta Anumanam is pretty simple. But if you have any questions or doubts, please let me know.
Namaskaram.
You're clear. Okay, good. Yeah, someone was saying something? Yeah, Narayan. Yeah, Narayan. Okay, namaskar. Yeah. Okay. Anumanam is pretty simple, straightforward. Like how we use in the world the same way. The only additional thing that they added here was how Anumanam helps you for Mithyatva Nischaya. Huh? Yeah, because the conclusion that the world is real is by Anumanam. There's a logic. How do you conclude the world is real? Not because you see it. You see names and forms. That what you see, what you experience is real is a logical conclusion. Therefore, has to be dismissed logically. That is why for Mithyatva Nischaya, logic is necessary. Logic is Anumanam. Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. So, Ashray Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. That's what he is used as a definition. So that will apply for everything. Rope, snake, rope. So Ashraye Atyanta bhava pratiyogitva. The snake is the pratiyogi of the Atyanta bhava of the snake in the rope. Therefore mithya. Tantu pate, same thing. In tantu, Ashraye, pata is Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Same example, same definition. For yeah, because tell me, in the the question I'll tell you. The question is, how are you applying this definition of Swa-ashraye Atyanta bhava pratiyogitvam as far as cloth and kurta is concerned? Tell me, is the kurta always present in the cloth? So in the cloth there is Atyanta bhava of kurta. Therefore the kurta that you see on the cloth is Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Mithya. Can you see? Yeah. By just simple definition. Laukikam, Vyavaharikam, Pratibhasikam, everything the same definition is dismissing. Yeah. But put in technical language, that's all. It's the same thing that we have been talking about. Okay? The same thing would be talked about in Vedanta as Ashraya Abhinatvam. The Ashraya, the cloth, Abhinam, the kurta is not different from the cloth. Ulta, we are putting it ulta, not Atyanta bhava pratiyogi. Why are we putting it as Atyanta bhava pratiyogi? Because in Nyaya, everything is put as pratiyogi of abhava. Why? Because they have to prove abhava is a padartha. Because they want to prove that, they are putting it like that. Therefore, we are answering them in the same manner. That's all. When Vedanta, abhava is not a padartha. There is nothing like abhava. How do you say there is nothing like abhava in Vedanta? If you say abhava is, it becomes existing. There is no abhava then. Therefore, Atyanta bhava is not there in Vedanta. Conceptual abhava is there. Combinations. Abhava of combinations is there. Like the horn and my head, that combination.
In medical reports, Swamiji, whenever there is no evidence
yeah, bhava. That's why it's very difficult to. Yeah, kinchit bhavam is a way of explaining what is mithya. That's not the definition of mithya. Yeah. Another way of putting it is sat asadbhyam anarvachaniyam. That which cannot be classified as absolutely real or absolutely unreal. Anarvachaniyam. But since it is, your mind has logically concluded that what you see is real, you need a logic to answer that. That's why they are putting anumanam is pramanam for mithya. Usefulness, experience, whatever reason you concluded. Doesn't matter what reason, but you use some reason. It's actually not a very conscious process. Not a very conscious process. Yeah. You touched something and that felt different from you, you took it as real. The logic is not a very conscious process. Huh? Yeah, Mula Karanam is always avidya. That's a different thing. Yeah. But what is the ashraya? What is the substratum? That always has to be existence.
Swamiji, we use Anumanam to explain Shabda.
Yeah.
So then that, how do we
Core, yeah, good question. Especially, yeah, since Shabda is coming one day later. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, Rita Ben. The question is, how do we explain Vedanta? We need Anumanam to explain Vedanta. Shabda Pramanam has to be explained. So, does the Shabda Pramanam depend upon Anumanam? What do you all think?
No.
Why no? Because the Pramana exists by itself. It is only my understanding is limited. Are you getting the idea? The Pramana proves by itself, is valid by itself. My understanding has some upadhis in it. So for those upadhis, I need some help. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's why the Pramana, that's why Vedanta protects its Pramanyatvam by putting in the qualification necessary for both the teacher and the student. If the student does not have Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampati, Mumukshutvam, Vedanta will not be clear. If the teacher is not Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, again it may not be clear. So because of that, it protects itself. If these two conditions meet, Pramana works. Those conditions are there for any Pramana. Na? Linga Darshanam should be there. Okay. Light should be there for perception. So those conditions are always, it works under certain conditions. So similarly, in what condition will Shabda Pramana work? Under these conditions. Yeah. Which one? Mananam has a lot of Anumanam in it. Yes. Mananam will have Anumanam. In fact, the whole of Mananam is Anumanam only. If you are not a logical thinker, you can't do Mananam. Yeah. What is Nididhyasanam based on then? Mananam has a lot of Anumanam in it. It's based on Shabda, but you have a lot of Anumanam. Huh? So it's Shabda only. Nididhyasanam is, another word for Nididhyasanam is Jnana Abhyasa, repetition of knowledge. Repetition. So what you heard, you are repeating. So it's still based on Shabda. At least in Mananam, Shabda along with some Shastra Anukula Tarka comes in. Logic in keeping with the Shastra comes in. In Nityasanam, there is no logic. If you are using logic in Nityasanam, then you are doing Mananam. Yeah, a couple of steps you may use logic, that's a different thing. Just to make the jnana abhyasa clearer. It depends on the mind. So many steps. Unfolding the truth is necessary. So in the unfolding of the truth, you may use Drigdirsha Viveka, you may use Avasthatraya Viveka, you may use Chandrashaka Nyaya. Basically, it's Adhyaropa Apavada. Negation of the Adhyasa, revealing the truth. That is fundamental. That doesn't change. We'll see all that in detail when we're doing Shabda Pramana. Anyone ask something? No. Yeah? Yeah. See, in fact, there are some granthas, like the Upanishad is purely Shravanam. Correct? Upanishad Shravanam. Gita is Shravanam. But Gita has the Yoga Shastra part, which is taking care of your mind. Certain granthas like this are Mananatmakam. They are meant for Manana. Yeah. Because from Tarka standpoint, this standpoint, that standpoint, they are meant for Manana. They are Mananatmaka granthas. Huh? Which one? Tarka Sangraha is a separate darshana by itself. It is not connected to Vedanta. In what way is Tarka Sangraha connected to Vedanta? It's a separate darshana. I introduced you that so that you will understand the logic and the standpoints. Yeah. If all of you had studied some physics, I wouldn't have to introduce that. Thora theoretical physics aata, so I don't have to introduce Tarka. First 2 chapters you will be able to read. After that you won't be able to read. Yeah. In fact, there are books which have simplified it better. One is called The Dancing Woolly Masters. Yeah. That has simplified this. Though the scientific knowledge is about 20 years old, but still it is simple. Dancing Woolly Masters. Woo Lee. W one word, Lee another word. Dancing Woolly Masters. There is another book like that I had suggested it. What is that book?
Dancing Woolly Masters.
Tao of Physics. The Tao of Physics. I think became another very popular book. These are books that are explaining it better. Stephen Hawking has stuck straight to science. But unless you have some scientific knowledge, it's difficult to get into that book. Yeah. Anyway. So are we ready to go to the next chapter? Okay. Simple. Upamanam. Okay. Because it is a short, simple chapter, he said, chalo, ye bhi kar lega. After Anumanam, first let us do comparison before going to other chapters which are longer. Upamanam. Okay. So we are doing Upamanam. Very simple. Okay. Atha Upamanam nirupyate. Now we are explaining what Upamanam is. Tatra sadrishya pramakaranam upamanam. Yeah, no problems. Yeah, network is a little bit of a problem in this thing. I have not yet changed over into my phone, but may have to. 12 o'clock. Sardar time. Okay. Sadrishya Pramakaranam Upamanam. That which gives you knowledge of similarity is called Upamanam. Sadrishya Jnanam. Okay. So, knowledge of similarity is called Upamanam. Not necessarily recognizing that buffalo. It is recognizing of the similarity that is called Upamanam. Okay. Tatahi, for she gives an example. Nagareshu drishta gopindasya purushasya. This person Purusha, Nagareshu. He is living in a town. Okay? Gopindasya, Drishta Gopindasya. He has seen this form called Go, cow. Okay? Gopinda, don't say cow dung. Okay? Pinda means entity, form. He has seen a cow. He knows what a cow is. Okay? Then Vanam Gatasya. After that, he has gone to the forest. Gavaya Indri Sannikrishe Sati. He saw a water buffalo. A Gavaya. What do you call in Hindi? A sand, etc. Huh? What was seen in that movie Bahubali? That entity. Yes, that entity. Okay. Indriya Sannikrishe Sati. Vanagatasya Gavaya Indriya Sati. Bhavati Pratiti. This Pratiti is born. This thought is born in his mind. What is that? Ayam Pindaha Go Sadrishaha. This Pindaha, this object, this entity is similar to my cow. Iti. Tad Antarancha Bhavati Nischaya. Then you have another thought. Anena Sadarshi Madiyam Go. Madiya Go. My cow is similar. This is similar to my cow is similar to this. Iti. Tatra Anve Vyatireka Gavaya Nishta Go Sadrishya Jnanam Karanam. So, how do you gain the Sadrishya Jnanam? Anve Vyatireka. Even though you may not thought about it, Anve Vyatireka. Why? What is there in the cow is there in this, what is there in this is there in the cow. Though there are differences also. When you say sadrishyam, there is something similar, but when you use the word similar, understand they are different. When you say this is similar to this, what is the basic premise? Both are different. Both are different. Remember school mein sikha tha na? Similar triangles, dissimilar triangles. Meaning there are two triangles but they are similar. Okay, so Karanam. Therefore, Gonishta Gavaya Sadriksha Jnanam Phalam. Therefore, the Sadriksha Jnanam is a phalam. Now, when we have been studying this without the Vedanta Paribhasa, what have I said? You see the Gavaya and recognize it. That's how it is used in day-to-day functioning. It's not wrong. It's how it is used in day-to-day functioning. How will you use it? Comparison. You see something similar and you recognize it. Oh yeah, you talked about it. So. But for that, somebody has to talk this, that, etc. So here he says, no, Sadrishya Jnanam is the phala. Knowledge of similarity is the phala. Why knowledge of similarity? Because knowledge of similarity is always important. How do you function in your life without knowledge of similarity? Yeah, that both are important. Similarity and differences. Two different things. That is a given. A cow is not a Gavaya. Huh? There is certain memory because a cow is there in your memory. In my example, the water buffalo is not the bison is not the water buffalo. But recognition happens because of similarities. Therefore, what does Upamana give you? Knowledge of similarities. Then the knowledge of similarities apply together. If you don't know it's a bison, you will recognize it. If somebody has, or you have read or heard that this is a bison, that there is something called bison. But more than that is the recognition of similarity that Upamanam gives you. Upamanam gives you the knowledge of similarity between two things. The fundamental pramanam is there in terms of knowledge of similarity. Because that is how you need to function in life.
That's why we can't use it for
Yeah.
Atma.
No, you can't use it for the Atma.
Because there's nothing.
There's no other things. Yeah. Like, how do you recognize this color is sadhu color? Knowledge of similarity. This is not exactly sadhu color. No? It's not exactly saffron. It is more oranges than saffron. But you recognize because of similarity. Can you see that? हाँ, अभी प्रॉब्लम चालू हो गया, थोड़ा जल्दी चालू हो गया आज. Now we have to wait for this thing to come on to this. Why is it taking so long? अरे बाबा इधर ही है, आजा जल्दी. Because this thing is giving too much of. I don't think you all can see me. Can you? Nobody responding. That means they.
No, can't see you.
Yeah, hold on until I change over. अभी आया. Disconnect. Okay, now can you see me?
Yes, Swami.
Okay, all right, fine. So, what it gives you is basically the knowledge of similarity, because you need the knowledge of similarity for your functioning. How do you function if you don't know similar things? Using your simple thing like cooking. Tamarind नहीं है, थोड़ा कोकम डाल दो. हाँ, टमाटर डालो. How do you reckon? How do you say? Similarity, na? The sourness is available. It's a similarity. Huh? Yeah, but it makes them. Yeah. So in our life, unless we have knowledge of similarity, we can't function. Yeah. When you are studying particles in physics, also similarity, na? You need that. In any functioning, Sadrashya Jnanam is important. And that which gives you Sadrashya Jnanam, he says, is Upamana. न च इदम प्रत्यक्षेण संभवति. But I am seeing the cow, I am seeing the water buffalo. But न प्रत्यक्षेण संभवति. Why? गोपिंडस्य तद इंद्रिय असन्निकर्षात्. You saw the cow at your home. Now you are in the forest. You are not seeing the cow. Can you hear it? You are seeing the water buffalo only. You are not seeing the cow. Cow you have seen before. It is in your memory. Okay. Na api anumanena gave nishta go sadrishya atalingasya tvat. Okay. What will be the linga? If you are using as anumanam, what will be the linga? Whatever similarity that is there in the cow for the. But that's what you are understanding. So before you use your anumanam, you have understood that. Therefore, the linga and the anumiti cannot be one and the same thing. Linga is similarity, that cannot be anumiti karna, anumati jnanam. Inferential knowledge and the linga for the inferential knowledge cannot be the same. Smoke is the linga for the fire. Smoke is not linga for itself, nor is fire linga for itself. So here Sadrishya Jnanam become the linga. How can that become the linga? It is not the linga, atalingatva. Therefore, which he gives, giving a simple example. Okay. Madiya goho itret gave sadrishihi etanishta sadrishya pratiyogitvat. Sadrishya pratiyogitvat. Madiya goho etat gave sadrisha. My cow is similar to this water buffalo. Etanishta sadrishya pratiyogitvat. Because it's a pratiyogi of certain things which are similar here and there. Just putting it in Nyaya language, that's all. Yo yad gata sadrishya pratiyogi sa tat sadrishaha. If it is a pratiyogi of some of the qualities, sadrishyam, then they are supposed to be similar. Yatha maitra nishta sadrishya pratiyogi chaitra nritya sadrishaha. Two characters are similar. One is called Maitra, one is called Chaitra. Why? Because some qualities that is there in Maitra are there in Sadrisha, are there in Chaitra. So we will say both of them are similar. All of you have one quality, Sadrishyam. What is that? Hey, students of Vedanta. That much similarity is there, in everyone. All of you are different, of course. Each personality is different. But Sadrishyam, why? Because student. Therefore, everyone, that Sadrishyam is recognized. Vishwamitra and Vasishtha, two different personalities. What is Sadrishyam? Both are jnanis. Can you see the difference and similarities? Siblings also, same thing, yeah. The Sadrishyam is there. Maybe more, maybe less. They are different. Yeah, identical twins also, they are different. Why? Two bodies, two minds, two personalities, two this thing. But lot of similarities. So in some the Sadrishyam can be much more. Two breeds of cows, since he is giving cow example. Two breeds. Gir cow and Jersey cow. Lot of similarities. Huge, but difference is also there. Yeah, that's why it's a separate breed. Can you see that? That just because they are identical twins doesn't mean the differences are not there. We call them identical, but it's not identical, they are different.
But the mother can recognize.
Hmm?
The mother can recognize when in the identical twins.
Mother?
The mother can recognize who is who.
Yeah.
Because of their
Not all the time. Huh? Not all the time.
there is a difference in memory.
The difference, if you are aware of the difference, then yes. Yeah.
One may be personal, one may be aggressive.
So something, yeah, some personality differences will be there.
So actually when we use in normal day-to-day functioning life, if I say this book is the same, but actually the books are not the same. What I mean is
Yeah. Identical books, replaceable, but still not the same. No?
But we use it so often, no, it's the same.
Yeah. Actually, your meaning similar. When you say same to same, ये दोनों एकदम सेम टू सेम है, सिमिलर, नॉट सेम, बिकॉज दे आर डिफरेंट. सादृश्य ज्ञानम, सादृश्य ज्ञानम. Between that book and this book, what is the difference? Yeah, one is one. Desha kala bhinnatvam. Possessive comes later. Desha kala bhinnatvam will be first. But good one. Yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Suppose I take normal gold, which is yellow in color,
Huh.
and I take white gold.
Huh.
So, doesn't always white gold will not be perceived as gold. I need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
attach the gold word
Yeah.
for you to understand that they are similar.
Exactly.
Then how do we analyze that in this context?
Same thing. They are two different entities. Sadrishyam of gold is right there in both of them. What is?
Children think is yellow gold.
Yeah, yellow. That is because of the thinking. So what you have to see is difference is evident. What is sadrishyam? Anvaya Vyatireka you have to find. Then you will have to do Anvaya Vyatireka of some of the qualities. Metallic, for example, weight, atomic weight, qualities, etc. On that. Yeah. Only color is different. Yeah. See then. Hmm? Yeah, white gold is also there, no? Yeah.
It will be endless properties.
Yeah, but it's true. When you first see white gold, you don't think it is gold.
We only see if it is in a jewel.
Yeah,
Then we see a white gold in here and
Yeah.
gold being like then we say it is white gold. Because definitely not.
now you know Dhanteras is coming close. Because the discussion has gone into court. By the way, Dhanteras is next Friday, has got nothing to do with money. It is Dhanvantri Teras, okay? You are supposed to invoke Vishnu as Dhanvantri, the divine healer. Especially if you are suffering from any illness, etc., do worship of Dhanvantri that day. It is a good day. Teras is the 13th day. Dhan is short for Dhanvantri. But the jewelers have hijacked that and made it about buying gold. It's got nothing to do with gold.
Nowadays, Google nowadays it is coming very clearly.
Yeah,
The days are coming and they are saying this is the meaning of this of
yeah. That's good. Somebody has bothered to put it up. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. Then iti anumana tasmat tat sambhava iti vachyam. Okay. Then, okay. Okay. Evam vidha anumana anvantarepi anavantaro anena sadrisho madiya go iti pratiti anubhava siddhatva. It is very common experience for everyone to recognize similarity. All the time you are seeing, no? Are you remind me of my friend. You will say that. You're similar. Huh? Exactly. Yeah. One girl told me that, you remind me so much of my mother. I said, does your mother look like a man or do I look like a woman? Poor girl, she didn't know what to say. Friend zone is one thing I'm okay with. Mother zone is too much. Yeah. If you have a mind like that, no, understanding Vedanta is easy. Because you can hold the contradictions in your mind. Yeah. It's important to see it that way, you know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Iti anubhava. Okay. Anubhava siddhatvat. Upamanomi iti anubhavaya. Acha. And you're also saying yourself, I'm comparing the two. It is only in so-called modern parenting you will say, don't compare, don't compare, don't compare. Comparison and comparative knowledge is very natural. Don't use that comparative knowledge to judge somebody. That's a different thing. Yeah. Comparative knowledge is naturally. How do you have benchmarking? Comparative knowledge. How do you benchmark something? Yeah, I'm telling you the uses of it. Na? Benchmarking they based on comparison. Na? Even other things. How do you say 80, 120 is normal blood pressure? Comparison, you study a lot of this and you took the average for it. This is average. Statistics is comparison only. Huh? That's why you will have standard deviation. What is standard deviation? Comparison. Can you see where all this comparison is used? From medicine to engineering to mathematics, everywhere it comes in. There is no place it doesn't come in. Exactly. Different jati because of similarity, but still different. Therefore, separate jati, groups. Jati meaning groups you will create. Yeah. One jati, all students of Vedanta. No, male student, female student, two jatis. Two groups, groupism. Just making groups, that's all. As convenient. As convenient. So the whole thing is only based on that. So Upamanam is something that cuts across a lot of disciplines of knowledge. Whether you accept it as a separate means of knowledge or not. Vedanta is smart enough in saying it's a separate means of knowledge. Why? Because it's always used. When are you not using it? Tell me. It's used in every area of life. Okay? Alright. Tasmad Upamanam Manantaram. Therefore, Upamanam has to be treated as a separate pramana. Many people don't treat it as a separate pramana. Nayayikas don't, for example. Pratyaksham, Anumanam, Shabdam and Upamanam. Yeah, Upamanam. Arthapati is not there. Yeah. Arthapati is not there, yeah. Arthapati and Anupalabdhi is not there. Okay. With this comes to an end. Any questions, Clara? Upamana is very simple. This 85. 85. What is that? Appreciation it should be. I think it's a mistake. One second. Let me see, one second. That word, since I don't bother to read the English, let me. What is that?
Initially, perception is the mental process by which a person makes sense of an idea by assimilating it to the body.
Same thing, yeah. Yeah. You got it, yeah. So that much is clear. Upamanam is clear. Okay. Okay. Then the next chapter is Shabdam. That, in fact, in some ways, that's quite a long chapter because Shabdam is one of the most important in Vedanta. Yeah, Shabdam is quite long. Yeah. Now in Shabdam, remember, there are certain things. He is looking at it more from the Shastric angle. But Shabda Pramana, as I said in Tarka Sangraha also, there are certain fundamentals which you have to keep in mind. Certain fundamentals you have to keep in mind. What I have summed up as 4 or 5 principles of communication. Because Shabda is communication. Shabda becomes one of the most important pramanas. Why? If you are looking at evolution, there is only one gene difference between the chimpanzee and us. If you look at the skeleton, very similar, except little bit longer arms and stronger bones in the arms. Okay, very similar. But if you look at the voice box, huge difference. Why Shabda Pramana? The moment speech was developed, communication of ideas, learning, etc. was possible. So evolution got a flip. If you are accepting evolution, which we do for the Upadhi, we accept evolution. We don't accept evolution for the Atma, but for the Upadhi, body, mind, etc., we accept evolution. Evolution got a flip when the voice box developed. That's a major thing. Because learning could happen, na? Past learning. Generations of learning could be passed down. So verbal communication and later on written. Written came much later. Written communication came 3,500 years or so. 3,500 years to 5,000 years ago, written communication developed. 5,000 max. Mahabharata time. Okay. Before that, it was all an oral tradition. Completely oral. The whole Veda was transmitted orally. Yeah. Whole Veda, people had it in their heads. Why? Fundamental point they kept in mind. That the knowledge available only in the book is not available for your functioning. Now Google search. What if your phone is not there with you? Yeah. What if the phone is not available? Disconnecting again, even though it's on this thing. Give it here and see.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
the question,
Yeah.
Shabdamna, like in English, we say language.
Hmm.
So language is not a means of knowledge in English, right? When we say perception and comparison and all, language is the base of everything. And here
No.
Shabdam is considered.
Here it's taken as pramanam because
So here it is a separate means,
Yes.
means of knowledge. It's
Right.
not taken in colloquial language. In a normal day-to-day life, language is not a means of knowledge, right? I mean, it's a base of any knowledge to gain, right?
No.
Is it the difference?
we use a good question, because language is only used as a means for communication. It's not a pramanam. Here we take it as a pramanam because when you use the word Shabda, you are talking about the Veda. So Shabda Pramanam tells you unknown ends. That heaven is an end. How do you know? There is something called heaven. The Veda talked about it. By which you can reach by known means. When you die doing your duty, you will go to heaven. Dying doing your duty is known, but the end is unknown. Therefore, known means but unknown ends. Or unknown and unknown means. This karma will take you to heaven. You didn't know the karma, you didn't know the end. Unknown ends, unknown means. Or known end. I want a child. Child is known, but unknown means. I went to a doctor, everything is fine, still I am not getting a child. Something in your karma for it. Do a putra kameshti. Putra kameshti was unknown unless the Veda revealed it. So all this is Shabda Pramana. The Pramana comes from where? Shabda. How do you know these things? Shabda. How do you know yourself? Shabda. Therefore the Upanishad. Pramana. The Upanishad becomes a Pramanam for knowing yourself. Shabda, the Veda, other part of the Veda becomes a Pramana for knowing all these things. Day to day, yeah. Day to day, fine. For Vyavahara, you can call it like that. But even in Vyavahara, so in Vyavahara, Shabda still becomes a Pramanam. How is the traffic? Hey, Sunday, very clear traffic. How do you know? Because somebody told you. Apta Vakyam Pramanam. Then Tarka will come in. For Vyavahara, Tarkika will come in. You will say Apta Vakyam Pramanam. Yeah. How did you know when you are not been on that road? Apta Vakyam. So language also becomes a pramana. Because when you're communicating ideas, when you're going to college and learning, it's all language based. No? Very little is experimental based. A lot of it is language based. And experiment is only to verify it. Therefore, Shabdam is a pramana. Yeah, Shabda is pramana.
I am going to my work.
Huh?
I am going to my work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What about that?
yeah. Shabda pramana. It's all Shabda pramana. And Shabda pramana, okay, Veda may not deal with everything, all the things, because it's connected only with the Shabda pramana, Shastric. But I am blowing up the pramanam to the more globally, including Vyavahara. So keep those principles in mind. Okay, and you will find it here. All the principles coming here also you will find it. But I am giving you the principles before, recapping it for you before. So when it comes in there, you will be able to recognize. First principle, intention has to be equal to expression. What I intend to say and my expression has to be the same. And that is complete only when his understanding is in keeping with my intention. My intention has to be equal to my expression, and what I have expressed is equal to his understanding. That means what is the final check? When his understanding and my intentions are the same. Only then communication is complete. Otherwise there will be a lot of gaps in communication. That's why I keep asking any doubt, any clarification. Because I know gaps can be there. Okay. That's one. Then, what's the second principle? We did it in Tarka also. The 3, 4. Understanding is not equal to agreement. Very important principle. Because we are afraid to understand, because we think then we will agree. We have to agree. I give you the example of Charlie Brown. Remember the late Lucy chasing Charlie Brown. And Lucy, you remember Charlie Brown comic strips, no? No, okay. It's satirical on life, but expressed through kids. So Lucy is a girl who's chasing Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. And Lucy is running after him saying, "You cannot get away from me. I'm going to catch you and knock your block off." So after some running, Charlie Brown is saying, "Yaar, ye to pakad lenge mere ko." So he stops and says, "Lucy, Lucy, hold on, hold on. If we as children cannot solve our small misunderstandings, how do you expect as adults?" Walk, he gets one. And Lucy is telling her friend, "I had to hit him, you know. He was beginning to make sense." Why? Her premise is understanding equals to agreement. You can understand the guy very well. Yeah, I understand what you said, but I don't agree with it. Bok. Give him one. Are you getting that? Understanding is not equal to agreement. Only after you understand, you can choose to agree or not to agree. Without understanding, how can you say agree or not disagree? I don't know what you are saying. This important principle of communication, because you are willing to understand your enemies as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Another one. There are 3, 4. So slow, so slow. I want you all to think. Anyone here remembers on the online? Intention is equal to expression is equal to understanding. This is not there. Okay, understanding is not equal to agreement. This is important. This second principle is also important for empathy. You are willing to empathize with anyone. Understanding is empathy. Okay. Third. Come on. याद नहीं है. Huh? What is that? Yeah, Sunita said something.
The word attempting to understand. Yeah, attempting to understand before you.
Seek to understand before you seek to be understood.
Yeah.
Seek to understand the other person before you demand understanding from him. Otherwise, two people will be arguing at cross purposes. No. Seek to understand before you seek to be understood. Try to understand the other person. Then the chances of him being open to understand you is also higher. Correct? Are you getting this point? That I have first tried to understand. That means what? The focus is on listening more than speaking. Yeah. Whereas all in your schools, colleges, you all taught about people, about expression, about how to clear, about understand. Listen. So there's a whole subject of listening skills. That in some workshop I will do. Fourth point, to communicate with integrity. What is that? Say what you will do and do what you say. Say what you will do and do what you say. For those guys in corporates, all your ISO 9000 certification, etc. depends on this one point. One point. So you create elaborate systems. It has to tabulate it, this, that, all the thing is meant for what? Say what you will do. Do what you have said. Simple, no? All your functioning focus comes on this point. To communicate with integrity. And integrity went beyond that. Because of communication with integrity, my word had a great value. Okay.
And when comes the resolution, like whether you have to give empathy or validate or not?
Yeah. The whole thing comes in because of that integrity. रघुकुल नीत हमारा, what is that? प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. That's why Pran got into the bus, Bachchan didn't get into the bus.
It's like saying walk the talk.
Walk the talk, exactly. That is why this was one of the highlights of Indian culture was this. The importance of your word. You did not need agreements, documentation. You didn't need. Word is given. That's why Dasharatha is highlighted for it. I told you all, in villages in North India, even today they will say, when a man gives a word to a woman, he'll say, Dasha ka vada hai. You won't say Ram ki vada hai. He says, Dasha ka vada hai. This is Dasharatha's word. I mean, look at the situation.
Commercial world of Mumbai.
Huh?
In commercial world of Mumbai compared to India, the word is very important.
Yeah.
People respect doing business here because word is
Yeah, in many businesses I have seen that. बोल दिया ना, बोल दिया, अभी कर लेगा. मैंने मैं बोला ये प्राइस में देगा. I have said it, now I won't go back. But the prices have gone up. No, I won't go back. I'll give you the price. Because the word, the importance of the word. Integrity. I agree, in Vyavahara, if things drastically change, you can modify that. But by mutual agreement, you modify. Yeah. But between Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, it was entirely a different thing. No, there was no witnesses. It was between two lovers. Between two lovers, it was said. 30 years ago. Dasharatha could have said, no, I don't remember. Raat gayi, baat gayi. He could have said that. And where is the court of appeal? The highest court of appeal is himself. Yeah, there is no further court of appeal other than the king in those days. There was justice, but the highest court was the king. No higher court available. Supreme Court. Supreme Court is saying, I don't remember. I don't know. फिर क्या बोलेगा? But he knew, he knew. I know I have given my word, so I'll stick to it. Therefore, say what you will do and do what you say. Very important point.
Even in Mahabharata,
Huh?
even,
Yeah.
okay, even in Mahabharata, Bhishma, he said,
Yeah.
"Na, I will not leave Hastinapur.
Exactly.
I will guard Hastinapur."
Yeah.
But then Krishna questions him on that in the end. Then you blindly followed that,
That way, Bhishma was willing to die to keep his word. No? He knew. He said that, no? The doors of Dharma are closed for you. The gates of Hastinapura are closed for you as long as I am alive. You'll never be able to win. And never. My job is to protect Hastinapura. I have given my word. Whoever sits on the throne of Hastinapura, my sword will be in his service. And those days for a warrior or a monk, there was no retirement. Yeah. Yeah. He had given a word to Yudhishthira that whatever happens, I will not interfere. Could have. No, you can debate on whether he should have interfered or not. You can't question the word that he has given.
changed according to time. Krishna, when he is dying,
There also he didn't change.
he didn't change, but Krishna questions him. That,
Why did he say no? I lived by my word, I am willing to die by my word.
I don't think, but did Krishna approve of that? He said you to change, like you have to be.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You can see the Dharma.
My integrity is of that quantity, I don't want to. Then what? Whose choice is it?
Was it Dharma then?
This is dharma. My personal dharma.
Then the Yudhishthira
Once again, that is why the whole idea of swadharma and total dharma, personal dharma, samanya dharma, swadharma, all that comes into the picture. Everything comes into the picture. And dharma is relative, it's not absolute. Then what?
Otherwise, you would have not given the solution to killing also.
Exactly. Who gives the solution?
But in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna said that you better do your own dharma.
Yeah. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. Once I have given my word, in fact, very interesting. The night before that gambling scene, Duryodhana goes to Bhishma. When Bhishma is retired for the day, away from the court, he says, tomorrow, grandfather, I have the person who has invited them, so tomorrow don't interfere. Bhishma throws him out. Let's get lost.
Narendra Modi gave a word to Israel's Prime Minister. He stands in solidarity.
Yeah, it's a word given. We have to do that. So then afterwards he comes Yudhishthira coming. Same request. So Bhishma tells Yudhishthira, you know Shakuna is going to cheat you tomorrow. He says, yes, I know that. Then why do you not want me to interfere? He says, let them cheat, let them win. At least with that the enmity will be over. There will be no war between us. Otherwise there will be war. Yudhishthira says that and Bhishma agrees to that. So he didn't interfere because of that. Are a million lives worth the honor of one woman? You debate. It's relative. Mahabharata is about relative values. A million lives. What is dharma? You can sacrifice one person for a family. You can sacrifice one family for a village. You can sacrifice one village for the state. You can sacrifice one state for the country. So what Duryodhana did was adharma, agreed. That's why Krishna had to interfere. Because the Pandavas couldn't interfere. They already become dasas, they can't interfere. And Draupadi's question, they say, is not answered. It is not true, it's a rhetorical question. As somebody who has lost himself has a right to wager somebody else. No, you don't have it. It's a rhetorical question. Not the feminists say, this question was not answered. Krishna is a rhetorical question. I think we did not know dharma. Someone who wrote the whole Mahabharata did not know dharma. It's a rhetorical question.
Even for Pandavas to follow that, they are rasa.
Yeah.
They would have said, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly. What they, See, that's why the Shabda Pramanam, do what you say what you do, became so important. Yeah. Agreed, in some cases, the whole story of Mahabharata is when some individual dharma is pushed too far.
Or Shabda is like putting it jungle.
Yeah.
Or Rama is
Yeah, exactly. So that pushing far is to highlight, is like to be taken as Arthavada. Highlighting where it should not be pushed also. Where it can be pushed, where it should not be pushed. You can compromise. I'm not saying you can't compromise. But you'll never become a hero with that. You'll never become a hero. You'll never become heroic with a compromise. Normal living, yeah, you have to compromise. Agreed. Nobody denies that. But you are not heroic with that. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. Why is Bhishma remembered? Faults and all, because heroic. Yeah. Why are some of Bhishma's relatives forgotten? We don't even know whether Satyavati had a brother or a sister, no? But not important to the main, not important. They lived out, even if they had, I'm sure she had lived ordinary lives and they are fine with that. Okay, fine.
In the example, we know only a biography.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where the whole thing goes, with integrity. Then there is one more principle, ahimsa in communication. Ahimsa in communication. Satyam vada, hitam vada. If the truth is helpful, good for you. Priyam vada. If it is harsh and it has to be said, say it in a nice manner. Priyam vada. That is ahimsa in communication. So this you have to keep in mind. This is basic, okay? Why doesn't Vedanta Paribhasa mention it? Because it is basic. It is basic. These principles were taught through stories, dance, drama, etc. in life. In Indian culture, it was taught through that. It was taught through stories. It was taught through dance and drama and everything. That's why Vedanta Paribhasa doesn't bother about mentioning it. Today we have to, because today we don't always pick it up. We don't always pick it up. Yeah. So with this background, next class we will go into Shabda Pramana. But next class will be after 1 week break. 12th is 12th is Naraka Chaturdashi. So, huh? 12th. No, 12th is Naraka Chaturdashi. थोड़ा इधर उधर वेरिएशन होता है, that is true. But basically 12th is Naraka Chaturdashi. Yeah. So 12th no class. 12th is Sunday. So Sunday no class. I'll meet you all on 19th. I'll meet you all on 19th will be the class. Okay. So good place to stop. Om Tat Sat. Take care. Happy Diwali to everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah. I'm in town, so whatever. Yeah. Have a great day. So, take care, all of you. See ya.